today's math page to 241. It's actually a pretty simple math today. We're going to be learning about triangles. And we've done already a lot about triangles, so this will help a lot. Make sure you guys have your protractors with you because we'll be doing a section 5 on protractors. So make sure you grab your protractor. We're on page 241 right now. Calvin, did you get to eat breakfast? Okay, so let's look at 241. So we're going to be learning about a triangle. So a triangle is a polygon that has how many sides, guys? 1, 2, 3 sides. Good. Now, they have 3 inside, or what we could call interior angles. So interior / inside mean the same thing. And they're going to have the same as many sides they have. Now, in a circle, how many degrees are in a circle? 360. Now, in a triangle, we're only going to have 180 degrees. So each of your angles need to equal 180. So if I have this angle is 35, this one's 100, so we add them up, and the way we can figure out our third one, subtract it from 180, so then my third angle is going to be 45 degrees. So that's how we're going to figure out our missing angles. Now, there are 3 types of specific triangles, and actually, the 10th graders are going over this right now. I watched some of Mrs. Caceres' live stream the other day, and the 10th graders are going over this, the triangle. So the 3 types of triangles we have. The first one we have is an equilateral. What word can you hear in equilateral? Equal. So each of the sides are going to be equal. That's what these little marks mean, that they're equal, they're congruent sides, equal. So the first one, what kind of triangle is that? Equilateral. Calvin, make sure you're talking, okay? The next one we have is isosceles. Now, isosceles triangles have 2 congruent sides. Isosceles have 2. So equilateral have how many? 3. Isosceles have 2. And then this one is called a right triangle because what do you think it has? A what? Exactly, a right angle. It's a right triangle because it has a right angle. The way that we show it has a right angle is by this little box. Now, it could be, we could do it this way. That's a right triangle. It could be done this way. That's a right triangle. As long as we have that little box, it's going to be a right triangle. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks with these numbers. How many sides does a triangle have? 1A, guys. 3. Good. So fill that in. Calvin, do B for me. A triangle has how many degrees? Good. So A is 3. B is 180. Lotta, for C, a circle has how many degrees? Very good. Charlie, do D. The sum of the angles, actually, I don't think we went over this. This one, let's see if any of you know this. The sum of the angles in a square. How many is it going to be? If I have, well, squares have 90, there's 4 angles, but how many degrees? If each of these degrees are right angles, how many degrees are a right angle? 90. And if I have 4 of them, how many degrees is going to be in a square? That's 320. What's 9 times 4? So D is 360. Calvin, a triangle has how many interior inside angles? 3. Very good job. Lotta, equilateral triangles. How many congruent sides? Remember, they're all equal. So if they're all equal, it's going to be what? How many sides are in a triangle? 3. So an equilateral triangle has all 3 are the same. Charlie, how about an isosceles? 2. Good. And then Calvin, how many right angles does a right triangle have? Well, right triangle is going to have how many? We learned about it. Look at number 4 in the yellow box. 1, exactly. Very good job. So make sure you have this, all 3 of you have this marked down. E is 3. G is 2. Okay? So now, you guys are going to do section 2 on your own. Remember, I told you that if it has 3 equal sides, which are shown by the 2 marks, what is that? Good. If it only has 2, what is it going to have? Good. So go ahead and do section 2. Take a couple seconds to write section 2 out. You're writing either equilateral, isosceles, or right. They're one of them or each. Calvin, what did you get for A? What kind of triangle is that? Very good job. A is equilateral. Lotta, what is B if it has 2 congruent sides? Isosceles, good. And then Charlie, for C, what is that going to be? Right, good. Now, we're going to do 3 together. I love triangles. It's probably one of my favorite parts. So, we have to figure out the 3 degrees. What does it need to equal, guys? Okay, so if it has a box like this, what does it mean? And what degrees is this going to be? 90, good. So this one's 90 degrees. So write that down up by that. Now, these 2 then have to equal, right. So, Lotta, how do you think I'm going to figure? These 2 have to equal 90. How do you think I'm going to figure that out? What do I need to do with this number? Not subtract, I'm going to have to, I'm splitting it into 2, so I'm going to need to divide. Good, so Calvin, Lotta, and Charlie divide 2 by 90, and that's what these 2 angle degrees are going to be. When you have it, hold up your paper so I know you got it. So how many times will 2 go into 9? 4. So Vlada, how many times will 2 go into 10? Good. So Calvin, that means my degrees are going to be how many? Calvin, we've got it right here. How many is it going to be? Good. So both of these are going to be 45 degrees. So make sure you have that written down. Now, this next one here, all of these, there's no right angle, right? Is there any right angle in this one? And they're all the same. So how many degrees are in a triangle? And how many angles do I have? So divide that, and that'll give you your answer. Calvin, I need to see your picture, please. So once you divide that, that'll be your answer. So, Water, how many times will 3 go into 18? 6, perfect. And then it can't go into 0, so how many degrees are all of these 3 going to be? There you go. So pretty simple, right? Any questions over this? No? Okay, so now, Calvin, did you get this down? Calvin, you need to pull that down so I can see you, please, okay? I need to see your whole face. Thank you. Did you write this down for section 3B? Yes or no? Yes or no? I need verbal confirmation, Calvin. Yes? Okay, thank you. So let's look at section 4 now. So they gave you 2 degrees. We got to figure out the third one. So remember we said, what do we need to do to the 2 degrees that they gave us? So Adam and then Vlada, how many do we have all together in a triangle? Good, so let's add this up first. We have 115, and then I need to subtract from 180. So what is my third degree going to be? Good, so write that in your blank. So I'm going to do B with you, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So let's do B together, same thing. So Calvin, what do I do with the 2 degrees they already gave us, 65 and 25? Calvin, what do I do with these 2 degrees? Calvin, what do I do with these 2 up here? Look up at the screen, please. What do I do with 65 and 25? Vlada, what do we do with these 2? Add them. So we'll have 10, 90. And then what do we subtract from? So my answer is going to end up being 90 degrees for B. So make sure you mark that down. So you're going to do the same for C, D, E, and F. Add the 2 and then subtract from 180. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do section 5 with you, okay? So get out your protractors. Let's do section 5 together. Okay, so you need to draw an angle, and then you're going to bisect it, but you don't have to bisect it with a compass. You can do it with your protractor. So draw a 40-degree angle. So start with your bottom vertex, then draw your 40-degree angle. And then you need to cut it in half with your protractor. So what's half of 40, guys? 20. So you're going to have to cut it in half with 20. So once you finish A, with you cut it in half, let me see it, and then I'll let you go ahead and do B. Calvin, did you use your protractor? Okay, so good. So Calvin, you can go ahead and do B then. Do it at 130 and then cut it in half. Good. Go ahead and do 130 and cut it in half. Good. So remember, 130 is bigger or less than 90? Bigger. And then, Calvin, look up here. Let's do 2 into 130. How many times will 2 go into 13, Calvin? 2 times. Oh, Calvin, you're muted. That's why. Calvin, I need you to unmute yourself, okay? There you go. So, Calvin, how many times will 2 go into 13? 2 times 6. Good. And then how many times will 2 go into 10? Good. So you're going to cut your 130 degree into 65. So once you finish it, hold it up so I can see it. Very nicely done, Charlie. So Charlie, go ahead and do section 6 and then hold that up when you're finished. So you're going to measure them, give me the degrees, and then what? Yeah, do 6 first, and then I'll let you go do 4. So do 6. You're going to measure the degrees, and then tell me what kind of angle, if it's a right, acute, or obtuse. So once you guys finish section 5, let me see it, and then you can go on to section 6. Calvin, hold it still for me. Okay, good. So Calvin, go ahead and do section 6 now. Section 6A should be pretty simple. Vlada, look at 6A. What kind of angle or degrees is that? If it's straight up and down and have the box, what is it? 90. So what kind of angle is that? Perfect. So that's going to go on the blank. 90 and right. So for 6A, it's 90 and right. Okay, let me see it. Let me see what you got for B. Good. Okay, so Charlie, go ahead and do section 4. So once you finish section 5 and 6, hold it up for me so I can see it. So Vlada, let me see. Good. Okay, Vlada, check B again. You're a little too big. So check, sorry, 6B. 5B is correct. Do 6B. It's not 60 degrees. It's going to be a little smaller than that. Calvin, once you finish 6B, let me see it. Good, we got to do the degrees. So Calvin, for A and B, you need to write how many degrees. So A had 90 degrees. You need to write how many degrees B has. Did you get it, Vlada? Okay. Okay, so Charlie, give me 1 second. Let me check Vlada's real quick. Keep going smaller. 50's too big. Remember, put your protractor on the bottom and check it. It's a smaller one. Five more up from that, it's 40. It's hard. Sometimes there's that one. So Calvin, for 6A, do you have 90 degrees written beside it? And then Calvin, I need you verbal so I know that you're doing this, okay? And what is 6B? What do you have written by 6B, Calvin? How many degrees? I need you to speak up so I can hear you, please. 40, good. Okay, so Charlie, let me see section 4. Let me see your section 4. So I can make sure you got these right. So work on section 4 right now, guys, when you're finished. Just hold it up for me, yeah, so I can see. Okay, so C, correct. D, correct. E is correct, and then hold it over just a little bit for F. Perfect. Okay, so Charlie, you are good to go then, so I'll see you for history in about 10 minutes, okay, at 10:30. Okay, bye, Charlie. So once you guys finish section 4, remember you add them and then subtract from 180.